People say, it doesn't make sense. He's a billionaire from New York, no less. And everything he sits on is gold. How could he possibly connect with the common man? And yet he keeps winning more of them. Trump got trounced by black voters in 2016, so he brought in some muscle from the West Coast, someone he knows black men love, Kim Kardashian. Should Kamala Harris run for California governor in 2026 after polls show her leading? I'm going to give that a big no. Yeah.
She's had her chance several times.
She should run far, far away.
Yeah, I think Kamala Harris would make a great president of a university.
Back with some fundamental stuff. I say rather articulately.
So, let's just cut straight to it. People love to scratch their heads and say, how in the world did Donald Trump, a billionaire from New York who probably hasn't eaten a $1.50 hot dog from Costco in decades, manage to connect with the average American? On paper, it shouldn't make sense. Everything the guy owns is dipped in gold. He's literally the last person you'd expect to resonate with the so-called common man. And yet, he keeps winning them over again and again. Meanwhile, Kamala Harris, you know, the person who is supposed to be the future of the Democratic Party, can't even win over her own base. And recently, Bill Maher of all people ripped into her with the kind of brutal honesty that Democrats usually reserve for Republicans. Honestly, watching Mosh Red Kamala was like watching an overdue roast that had been building for years. It's painful, but oh, so necessary. Now, here's where things get interesting. Back in 2016, Trump got absolutely smoked with black voters. It wasn't even close. So, what did he do? He didn't sulk. He didn't point fingers. He didn't hide behind excuses. He actually did something bold. He brought in muscle from the West Coast. Kim Kardashian of all people, because Trump understands something Kamala Harris has never figured out. Politics isn't just about policies. It's about connection. It's about reaching into communities, sometimes in unexpected ways, and making people feel like you're listening. Now, fast forward and you've got folks asking whether Kamala should run for California governor in 2026 since polls show her leading, and Bill Maher's answer was a big fat no, not maybe, not let's see, but a flat-out run far, far away. And honestly, he's not wrong. She's had chance after chance, and every time she drops the ball. Maher jokes she'd be better off as a university president, where word salads and vague speeches actually work. And you know what? He's got a point. Let's pause here for a second, because this is where the Trump comparison hits hardest. Trump runs his office like that kid in 8th grade who promises more snow days if he's elected class president. Totally unrealistic, right? But here's the kicker. Elections are won on the margins. It's the little things that make people feel like you get it. Trump somehow gets this. He hammers away on everyday frustrations. Shower pressure, light bulbs, low-flow toilets. Stuff politicians wouldn't touch with a 10FT poll because it sounds ridiculous. And yet, for millions of voters, it lands. It matters.
Runs her office like that kid in 8th grade who ran for school president on a pledge of more snow days. Okay, I was that kid. Now, could I actually make it snow more? No, but elections are won on the margins by a coalition of little things that hit people personally. Trump gets this. He feels your pain in the...
Now compare that to Kamala Harris. She ran on saving democracy, arguably the most important issue there is, but she failed to sell it because she couldn't tie it to people's real, everyday experiences. That's the fundamental difference. Trump packages politics like a primetime TV show, while Kamala delivers it like a dull 8 a.m. Monday seminar. And it's obvious which one sticks in people's minds. Trump's genius isn't just that he wins over supporters, it's that he has a knack for winning over critics.
And on democracy, which is the most important issue, but without the political skill to sell it, it added up to nothing. Meanwhile, Trump was running on, I'll make the poop go down. He never shut up about bad shower pressure, shitty light bulbs, and low-flow toilets. Not exactly ask not what your country can do for you, but for some little niche group, it was all that mattered. He's right. It shouldn't take 2 flushes to make my go away. That's my guy, YMCA.
Bill Maher himself admitted that Trump's unorthodox approach has been far more effective than anything Kamala Harris has ever put forward, and that's the key. Trump doesn't just fight his critics. He invites them to dinner, pulls them into his spotlight, and flips the script until even his enemies become part of his narrative. Kamala could never pull that off, though her career depends on it. When it came to celebrities, she leaned on Hollywood like a crutch, parading out big names with scripted endorsements that felt elitist, detached, and fake. Trump, by contrast, knew how to integrate celebrities into his brand, whether it was Lil Wayne, Kanye West, or even Snoop Dogg, throwing shade one week and tipping their hat the next. He turned cultural icons into megaphones for his message, cutting through the political bubble and reaching everyday voters in a way Kamala never managed.
Doesn't make sense. He's a billionaire from New York, no less. And everything he sits on is gold. How could he possibly connect with the common man? And yet he keeps winning more of them. Trump got trounced by black voters in 2016, so he brought in some muscle from the West Coast, someone he knows black men love, Kim Kardashian.
Then came Trump's masterstroke, the pardons Lil Wayne, Kodak Black, the CEO of Jay-Z's company, the founder of Death Row Records, and even a former Detroit mayor. He wasn't just ticking boxes. He was making a bold, symbolic play, fully aware of how it would resonate in the black community. The result? His support in 2020 doubled compared to 2016. While he didn't win the black vote outright, he chipped away in key cities like Philly, Detroit, and Milwaukee, making a real impact. A level of political street smarts Kamala Harris could only
The First Step Act, which scaled back restrictions on felons, a connection he built on in 2024 by becoming one. And then he pardoned Lil Wayne, and pardoned Kodak Black, and the CEO of Jay-Z's company, and the founder of Death Row Records, and the former mayor of Detroit. So it's not surprising that Kanye, and Wayne, and Chris Brown, and Amber Rose, and Snoop, and DaBaby all talked him up. That last one out of professional courtesy.
Trump is setting his sights on marijuana legalization, the very issue Bill Maher has been championing for years. If he succeeds, he won't just cement his legacy, he'll win over an entire subculture of voters who never imagined they'd support him. And here's the kicker. He doesn't even need to do this, since he can't run in 2028. Yet he's pushing forward anyway, because this is how you maintain influence and stay at the center of the national
Told you so. I've been telling Democrats for years the Republicans are going to steal pot from you as an issue, and now Trump says,
We're looking at reclassification and we'll make a determination.
what'd you expect? He is the master at winning votes from small groups who are passionate about one issue, picking up a couple percent here, a couple there, until on election night it's YMCA.
Kamala Harris is stuck giving speeches at conferences where she has little expertise, serving up word salads that leave audiences either confused or laughing. The border crisis was supposed to be her moment to demonstrate leadership, competence, and authority, but she froze instead of stepping up and deflected rather than solving problems. For many Americans, that period was her audition for the presidency, and she failed spectacularly. As Bill Maher put it, she's had a bad 3 years. 3 years of missed opportunities, missteps, and underwhelming performances, a stretch that could seriously damage her political trajectory.
Vice President, she's been quieter than an electric car. Sometimes life isn't fair. It's not fair that she's not popular. She's intelligent and accomplished, and in fact was put in charge of the border, and look at how... Okay, bad example.
Absolutely. Is she accomplished? Without a doubt. But politics isn't about resumes, it's about perception. And hers is clear, inauthentic, uninspiring, and unelectable. She wasn't chosen by voters. She was handpicked by the DNC, and the public has never let her forget it. So when people ask whether she should run for California governor in 2026, the answer is obvious. She shouldn't even run for class treasurer. She should step far, far away from politics.
President, first black woman president, and first Asian president. But I don't vote for who will be the first. I vote for who will win. And for whatever reason, Harris has never been popular. You can count the number of delegates she won in the 2020 primaries on one hand, as long as that hand has no...
And where Bill Maher's critique goes beyond Kamala Harris herself. If not her, then who? The names: the DNC is floating AOC, Bernie Sanders, Gavin Newsom are just as uninspiring, failing to resonate with everyday Americans. They're all variations of the same problem: elitist out-of-touch politics that crumble under real-world pressure. That's the real danger for the Democratic Party. They're recycling tired faces and expecting a different outcome, which isn't strategy, it's insanity. If they keep this up, they're not just risking 2028, they're accelerating their slide into political irrelevance. At the end of the day, Maher didn't reveal anything most Americans don't already know. Kamala Harris is not presidential material. Her failures as VP only highlight it, and the DNC's bench isn't any deeper. Without a course correction, Democrats are in for a brutal wake-up.
Harris run for California governor in 2026 after polls show her leading. I'm going to give that a big no. Yeah.
She's had her chance several times.
She should run far, far away.
Yeah, I think Kamala Harris would make a great president of a university.
Back with some fundamental stuff. I say rather articulately.
And that's where I want to hear from you. Do you agree with Bill Maher that Kamala Harris should bow out gracefully and step away from politics? Or do you think she still has a shot at redemption? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm really curious to see where you land. And hey, if you've made it this far, it's clear you enjoy these deep dives. So go ahead and hit that like button, smash subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next one, because trust me, this conversation is only heating